or something. I don't know if she was on her phone.
Yes. All right. Okay. So anyways, so before I go any further, what stood out for you, Kelly, when you you went to chapter 4 and you're like, oh, let go, let God. What did you find interesting about this at first glance?
I don't know, so many different things. Hold on, I'm just looking through. One of the biggest things, one of the lines that really stuck out to me was in the actually beginning of the chapter. I'm looking at my iPad, so.
Oh no, you should see me. I got notes all over the place here.
Yeah, I just don't want you to think I'm like ignoring you by looking down, but
Oh no.
So
no.
it was be aware, however, that many of the people whom you try to share your new awareness with are simply not ready for it. In fact, 9 out of 10 people will laugh and tell others that you are odd when you have shared your formula, let go and let God with them. You must realize this is because the vast majority of people whom you encounter every day treat God like some cosmic bellboy who is supposed to run and fetch and then deliver. These individuals erroneously believe that merely because a person verbalizes certain thoughts in their mind, God, please get me this, or God, give me that, they will receive what they have asked for. But unfortunately, these people do not understand the true nature of prayer, and what is even more tragic, they don't even know that they don't even know that they don't know. So right. That for some reason, that paragraph right there has like really resonated with me. I've read the chapter twice. Well, I have to be honest with you. I've read the beginning a few times because I would get through it, and then I get interrupted, and I have to start all over again. So, yes. But that really stuck out with me, and I think that kind of I guess that made me think, like, I guess a lot of people do that. They go, oh, God, give me this, or it's like they feel like they're entitled to get something because they ask God for it, but they're not doing their part of the work either. You know what I mean? So I guess that kind of just like really, really stuck out with me. And also the part of the people who aren't ready for your new awakening, I suppose you could say. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When you start changing your attitude, you become more positive. There are just some people, we all know, we all see them in our lives. I see them in everybody else's posts every day. They're just not ready for the the changes that we're all doing, so
yes.
But, that was one of the things that really stuck out with me as far as one of the paragraphs. But as far as like the concepts, I don't know, I kind of feel like it wasn't new to me.
Yes.
I suppose for some people it would be, but I was never raised like in a church or anything, but I'm actually a very a big believer in, spirit and God and all, a higher power and all that stuff. And I have been for, quite a long time.
Yes.
So a lot of it wasn't new to me, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, I'm not trying to sound like, oh, this is nothing, but
no, not at all.
It wasn't a surprise, I should say, but it was a good reminder, reading through some of the stuff that, we have to do our part in it too. It's not just God that,
right. No, I agree. And, what was great and hopefully some of this, wouldn't be entirely new because it is concepts that
Hold on.
It's all right. It's concepts that I've been talking about for the last 4 months. And so it wouldn't be such a shock. And yeah. And he is one of my top mentors. A lot of the things that I've learned about is from Bob Proctor. It's him and Dr. Wayne Dyer are my top 2 mentors for various reasons, and that's why, and it's why I picked this. I've seen so many of his seminars. I was a part of his last live stream seminar a few months back. I almost had a crazy idea to fly to LA for this weekend when Julie and I were still involved in talking about things months ago. I was like, let's fly to LA. I want to see this guy because he's in his 80s. I want to see him before he kicks the bucket, you know. But yes. I was lucky enough, I put my puppy in the kennel before I start the video.
I wish I could put my kids in a kennel.
But yes, that is still huge when we're asking, like you said. It's only in times of trouble that we're going and we're putting affirmations to God, and it's usually demands or get me out of this, and we have allowed things, the bad momentums, to come so deep in within our lives. We're now looking to the skies for help, and we're, and the affirmations that I still feel that I have to do a very good job of portraying in their importance and everything. But with meditation and affirmations, prayers are when we're talking to God, but when we're doing affirmations in meditation is when God or the universe is talking to us. And you start to, when the mind is silent and you're in that golden silence, things are revealed to you. And when you're calling upon affirmations and the power of the I am is when you're, this whole chapter and the spirit of this divine intelligence, and it's not really in this book, but what we're dealing with is, it's within Shannon, it's within you, Kelly, it's within me. This spirit, this spark of the universe, of God, of this divine intelligence is within us. And when we're saying I am, we are calling upon a greater power, that invisible power. So it's very important what we're attaching to that I am. When we're saying I am weak, or I'm a mess, or I'm no good, or I don't know anything, I am this, you're calling upon a great power to attract something very negative, or more examples to give you reasons to think ill will of yourself. So hi, Shannon. Hello again.
Hi.
What?
I'm the one with the unstable internet tonight, apparently. So.
Say that again. What happened?
I'm the one with the unstable internet tonight.
That's okay. Nobody can top the mess of technology I've had with the group so far. I want to even thank anybody for even coming again after the stuff that I have go through with this. I'm telling my girlfriend, I'm like, why does anybody even follow me? It's beyond me in this damn group, or at least the book club, I should say. But regardless, and I'm very interested on your take. I know that you're a very naturalist, and that you attach, you gravitate more to the synonym of calling it source energy, and things of that nature.
Oh yeah. Just I always thought of it more as like a higher power than of just like the Christian form that everybody else thinks of.
Yes.
And
again, it's what a man-made mythology that was attached to it. I mean, I for one, the more and more I read about everything and study, I do really believe of Jesus of Nazareth. I for some reason I have to attach the Nazareth to it now because it makes him more real, or I do believe.
Oh, he was a real person, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do believe he was somebody that was just so in tuned, and practiced. He was in such clarity all the time. That is, I think, where we want to be, is in such, we're always practicing that divine love, where we're not judging. We don't, like Kelly said, one of her big takes.
Right.
When we get this new awakening, especially for the first time, and it's like you're looking with new eyes. You see the error of your ways, of how you maybe communicated to others before, reacted, and even yourself, and you go, oh my God, and you want to share that. That's part of enlightenment. You really want to share that knowledge. It's why I want to share this knowledge. I was a mess. I was a mess. In my 20s, to me, seriously, never became a real man until probably, I'm 41 now, like my mid 30s or early 30s. I'm getting up in age, so I'm kind of forgetting when that was. But be that as it may, I'll go into my story at some other time, but it's why you want to share it. You when you're reeked with zero confidence. I was never, if you knew me years ago, I was never someone that you ever thought that had a fitness identification, or even somebody talking about personal development, public speaking, any of that. They would literally laugh at you, or this Mr. Positivity. They would literally laugh at you. But it's because of all those things that helped me, is why I want to share that with people. But you can only be the example and share it when people are ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's Stella's going through, and all of us. We want, can't you see what I see? But you have to be the example, and that lighthouse. But okay, I'll stop talking for a minute. So Shannon, you went into chapter 4. You saw let go, let God. What was your first things that really started jumping out at you?
Well, I mean, like Kelly said, it's kind of like, I don't know, redundant, or like, no kidding, But the one thing that I had highlighted was that the first step in the creative process is to relax and see yourself already in possession of the good that you desire. And then the second step is to let go and let God.
Mm-hmm.
That was what stuck out to me. So, but like Kelly said, it kind of seems,
Yeah. And some of it is, but I felt that it was, and like he said in the chapter, Bob Proctor was saying, you really got to, this is the chapter, if you keep rereading it until it sinks in. Because if we cannot learn to let go, if we cannot learn to trust in the process, learning anything more, going any further in the book is not going to do any good whatsoever, or understand the concepts.
right.
Because
another thing that struck me was, yes, to have the image in your mind, but the more you try to force it, like, it doesn't help. That you should just be quiet and let it come to you, because the answer will come.
Yeah,
it's
that stuck out with me too.
Yeah, it's like, well, one of the things that I always think of, and I'm sure that Kelly, you've seen Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the turtle who tells, has him by the water or whatever, and he makes the waves in the water, and he says that you can't see yourself clearly right now. You have to let the water settle so that you can see. That always sticks with me, because the more you I don't know, muddy up the water, the harder it is to see what you're actually trying to get to. So
Yes. Yes, that is a huge concept. We cannot force anything to happen. We cannot. I said it in last night's video in a slightly different way, but our points of attraction, when we're holding the image in our mind and then allowing the universe to work out the details, everything, this is a great way of thinking about it. A lot of us think that we have to struggle to get something that we want. It's a fight, it's a struggle. There's so many things that we have to do, but it's not. It is everything that we want is downstream and allowing it to flow.
right. And the more scenarios you try to bring into it and work out and, find a solution to the problem, the more messy it gets, honestly.
Yes.
You have a lot less clarity.
Exactly. And that is why that is huge. When we're in alignment, when we're feeling tuned on, tuned in, we're what you would call in the zone or feeling full of love, gratefulness, and everything. You are so open. Your frequency is beaming at such a level that you will attract the answers. You will attract the people, places, and events that will come to you. But like as you said, it's an important lesson to learn, or a concept to grasp, that these things, if we're immobile, if we're in an emotional rut, and we're sitting down and we're just like, this is just not going to happen, and you have to move around. You have to just get involved, do whatever it is that your goals, just stop moving around. The answer will come. Mm-hmm. And it happens every time. And in the workbook, it was another great concept that stuck out. I mean, I've known it for a long time, but the point that he wants to also make for this, we are the highest, our mind is the highest form in all of creation. That our mind is an electronic switching station. That we are the perfect instrument for the spirit to express itself through. So as you said, we get to choose the picture in our mind. Whatever we want to put there. And when we have that picture in our subconscious, the spirit will always develop it. Whatever we put there, it comes true. If we're thinking ill will or disempowering stuff about us, like, I'm just a hot mess, or whatever it is, like, it's very true that you have to develop a higher future vision of yourself. I was alluding to earlier, no one would have ever thought that I would have became a fitness instructor and trainer. I'm telling you, seriously, if I could grab some people on right now, they would laugh. Like, oh, Dave? they would laugh. They would laugh. And I'll get more involved with that when it's not recording. But anyways, well, no, it's for all the people. Dave was the stoner, the musician, everything, just a mess, severely overweight. The only muscle that I had was in my pinky. I had no concept whatsoever. But the day that I finally said that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, I had a gym. My son was newly born, maybe not even a year old. I had a 7 to 3 shift at my job. And I would wake up very early. That was my only me time. We all, when we have little ones, so I was training this was when Howard Stern was still on public radio. Okay. I would get up.
Dating.
Huh? What's that?
Now you're dating yourself.
Yes. Yes. Howard Stern was still on, I think, HJY. Well, that's the local radio station here, Shannon. But anyways, I was up at 5 a.m. in my parking lot 2 hours before work, always getting extra sugar in my coffee, always having 2 glazed crullers and chain smoking for 2 hours in my car. And I just says, I am killing myself. Like, I am killing myself.
I'm impressed that you got up that early to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it was until 5 minutes to 7, to be honest, and skip breakfast.
Well, yeah. Well, I wanted my I wanted my me time, for Christ's sakes, and that was my only way to get it. But that's what I said to myself. Like Kelly just said, I says, oh my God, I'm killing myself. And there's a gym across the street, even though I had no concept of what to do or whatnot. But I started to develop an image in my mind of what I would look like, of all fit and muscular and things like that. And I was starting to really see it. And the only thing that really helped me, this is Andrew and I talk about this a lot, is I was at a few years before, trained myself to play guitar, lead guitar, sing. I could write you a whole song and play it on every instrument. We were playing shows for local radio stations, so I already knew that if I stuck with something long enough, that it would become a reality. So the point I wanted to make is that you stick with something long enough. If you stick with the guitar, you can't even piece two chords together, but you stick with it long enough. Jeff Beck, one of the most fantastic guitar players, said, I stuck with the guitar until it started talking back to me. And so I knew that I had to stick with my exercise plan until my body started talking back to me and showing me the results. So it's developing a better picture, and whatever that picture is, it doesn't matter if the people all around us talk us out of that picture, or past examples of our own life of why that image should not be there. It doesn't matter. It's believing in it. And if you believe strongly enough and attach emotional strength to that image, it has no choice. It will come true. I can't even tell you. But yes, that was huge. I really loved that quote from the gentleman that he met at one of his seminars, Clarence Smithson, and it was on faith, and that faith is the ability to see the invisible and believe in the incredible, and that is what enables believers to receive what the masses think is impossible. And that's just what we were talking about. It's never giving up on what you believe in, never giving up on the image or the goal or the dream that you have for yourself. Whenever, it doesn't matter if we're a man or a woman, young, old, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you believe in and want to come to fruition, even if it doesn't happen in a week, even if it doesn't happen in a month, even a year. Some things, I was talking with my clients at the recovery house like about a week ago on patience. And you've all seen the movie Avatar, right? That Jim Cameron did. I think did you hear that story that he waited for years until technology was created so he could go forward with finishing his film? He had to wait for certain technologies that hasn't even been invented yet to finish the making of Avatar. And he waited years. You know, he had a vision. He knew what he wanted to put out there. He knew the story. He believed in it so much that he waited and didn't like rush it. Some people may just either give up on the whole thing altogether, or they rush it and they put out a subpar product, a subpar vision, you know? So I thought, you wait for years for technology to be made just to make your movie. You know, that's patience. But many people give up before they even try. You know? Did you want to?
I've been guilty of doing that myself.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yes. I used to be known for that. I start something. I was known for always starting something, but then never following through with it.
I've got that problem big time, especially right now.
Yes,
I'm having a hard time to follow through right now.
Well, you can, and it's being very selective. It's, you know, there's lots of things that I want to do that's all involved with this, but you got to focus on, you know, one or two things. You know, this is what it's making a choice, saying, I'm going to master this. I am going to follow through. But it's seeing yourself having that image, you know, whether it's, I'm going to lose 12 and a half pounds by, and see yourself already with that. Envision the feeling it feels of having, you know, your pants looser. You know, how that, you'd be like, woo, yeah. You know, you feel the emotions of what that feels like and get excited and start working and commit to yourself that I'm going to follow through this time. That's what I said to myself. I finally had because I tried to exercise many times before. I was kind of dumbfounded to the whole thing and always gave up, you know, a couple months into it. And I really finally had to have a talk with myself. And I really did say, are you afraid of being happy? You know, and I wanted to feel happy. I didn't want to feel miserable anymore. You know, I wanted to give myself the confidence of achieving something. When you study for a test, you know, when you study well and you get that A+, that's the confidence. You prepared and you did something, and it's giving yourself many achievements, you know, experiences. That's what this life's about. You know, stringing along lots of happy moments together and experiences. So it's really, what do we want to experience? You know. So any closing remarks or something that you would like to offer at all, Kelly?
No, nothing I can think of right now.
Okay. Anything at all, Shannon? Anything you'd like to partake your wisdom of learning this and everything in the week?
No.
Give me something. Come on.
Oh gosh, it's been such a rough week that it's just.
I know. And
it's taking me. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky. I'm just even like in the mood today.
Yeah.
To be honest, because on Tuesday I totally had the time. I was just like not even in the mood.
Yes.
You know.
And thank you. thank you. You know, and seriously, thank you. You know, Andrew came across that a couple weeks ago too. You know, and he was so glad that he showed up at the end of it. You know, you know, I mean, seriously, how many discussions or talks, you know, of these concepts are you going to have with people in the week? And I consider you all my friends, and it is another example of showing up, getting involved, getting invigorated, and you know, and you feel better that you did. You know, whether it's the hour that you felt of I should read or I should make this right decision. You know, whether it's healthier food or a meeting or an appointment. You always feel bad when you do the bad choices. You go, I shouldn't have done that. Or if I skipped the book club meeting, why did I do that? You know, so you feel better when you show up, when you get dressed, and you're taking life by the horns. You know, because it's what you do, it's your choices, and it's a culmination of all of that. You know, and
Right.
so I do. I appreciate you showing up. This whole thing is testament to what people are willing to stand up and what they want for themselves. I mean, you know, we have such a certain number of people in the group, but there's only a certain number of people that says, yes, I want to read that stuff. Yeah, I want to get involved and speak up, and I want more. You know, I know things can be better, and they will. Life is fantastic, and it's only better from here. All right, we're on that countdown, so I just wanted to, you know, we'll reconvene our video community call next Tuesday night for Chapter 5. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. And again, I really do want to thank you guys for coming in tonight. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for doing it again.
Yeah, thanks for doing it again. Because, I mean, I didn't even, I missed the invite the first time, but I wouldn't have been able to make it because I was with my brother. So it's good that I kind of felt bad